Hi, and welcome to Medford Family Services. My name is Nicole, and today we will be going over life skills, coping with difficult emotions. Coping with difficult emotions is something that is unavoidable for every human. Emotions can be triggered by a multitude of reasons, big or small, but regardless, emotions should never be diminished. In today's video, I will be going over the best ways to cope with these difficult emotions and how to better understand them. During today's session, if you think of new ways that you can cope, please write them down so you can share them with others. So let's get into the video. There are a great deal of benefits that come from dealing with your emotions. That is decreased risk of heart attack, decreased risk for heart disease, stronger immune system, healthy relationships, and improve your overall well-being. Let's just say coping and managing your emotions helps you a lot both mentally and physically. According to neuroscientists, a recent scientific discovery suggests that focusing on depressive and negative thoughts like anger and fear can increase the wear and tear on your body, therefore accelerating the aging process. The evidence even supports that if these types of emotions aren't managed, they can lead to inflammation, contributing significantly to neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. Over time, persistent negative thoughts and emotions can weaken your immune system and make you more susceptible to developing diseases. Coping with difficult emotions is incredibly vague, but emotions range from person to person and are different in every situation. If you are finding it hard to cope with this difficult emotion, remember every emotion has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Every emotion is temporary, even if it doesn't feel like it. Your ability to understand yourself and why you are feeling this way will give you a more grounded space to react to that situation. While everyone's emotional experience is different, infusing mindfulness as you practice positive thinking can support you in feeling and healing whatever difficult emotion you may be feeling. With that said, this will be a list of tips that are useful in most situations. So let's get into it. Becoming aware and accepting of your emotions is the foundation of all things emotional. To get to a place of better understanding, you have to realize what the trigger was that caused that emotion. What is it that you're feeling physically as well? Emotions not only affect mental, but also physical health and well-being. For example, when you hear bad news, your heart might start pounding, you might start sweating a little more, you might feel a pit in your stomach, a lump in your throat. All of these things are natural responses when hearing something bad. Knowing what you are feeling physically can help you better understand your emotion and label them. Know that whatever you are feeling is completely normal, and realizing that helps you better accept these emotions as they're coming along. It is best to accept these emotions and understand what caused them so you know more what to do and what to expect when it happens next time. For example, someone who you are not too fond of unexpectedly walks into the same room as you. You might start sweating, feeling shaky, a pit in your stomach, all the above. Are you feeling anger? Are you feeling sadness? A mix of both. That's okay to not immediately label what you are feeling, but more just be in tune with your body and the mindfulness that comes with it. You are feeling nervous, you're feeling anxious, all the above. Just accepting what you're feeling is the first step. Just accepting that these emotions are temporary and occasionally unavoidable is the best way to begin to cope with these emotions. Next, you can think, how do you handle this emotion that you're feeling? You can try a various amount of ways. First, what you might do is try to handle it yourself. This way isn't the best way, as holding in feelings can affect you both mentally and physically. What people tend to do is you repeat the bad feeling that happened in your head over and over again. Doing so makes your emotions grow, and then you soon become resentful towards the other person, and you're not handling the situation at hand. The deep root of the problem is what triggered it in my mind, what happened to me when this situation happened. This goes for letting go of the past as well. Reminding yourself of the situation that triggered this emotion in the past is hindering you from enjoying the present moment. As easy as it is to say, letting go of this difficult emotion and difficult memory, whatever it may be, is best for your mental and physical well-being. It takes time and mental effort to try and forget and release these emotions, but doing so might be the only way to help you move on and enjoy the present. Bottling up emotions and trying to deal with them yourself can put a strain on your mental health. It is known to cause anxiety, increased stress, and depression. It can also compromise our physical health, leading to increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, and memory difficulties. Let's just say that holding your emotions in and trying to work through it yourself is never the best option. You could try talking to a friend or a family member. Talking to a friend or family member is very relieving, and it allows you to see the situation from a different perspective. It allows you to sort through your problem with another person, and it allows you to see the situation more clearly. You might also come to find out that you're not alone in these emotions. Talking with somebody can open up doors and make you feel not so alone in your emotions. Talking to a therapist or a healthcare professional is also extremely beneficial. It allows you to gain a better understanding of your emotions, identify roadblocks and obstacles, and break down previous trauma that might be hindering you from moving forward. This is just a small glimpse of what therapy can do for you. If you have tried therapy and have not found success in it, that is okay and a completely normal part of the process. Finding the perfect therapist for you is not an easy process, and it could take a while for you to find someone who you feel comfortable with expressing the deepest, darkest parts of yourself, and also finding someone who you enjoy their feedback and find it beneficial to you. But once you find that great therapist, it can really be life-changing. Another way to try and handle these emotions is by being active. It is proven that being active and performing in types of meditative exercises, such as yoga and meditation, can help release your emotional energy. It is known that doing so has increased life satisfaction. If you find that you are in a situation where you cannot do yoga or meditation, it is okay to engage in low-level exercises like scribbling on a piece of paper or practicing belly breathing. Belly breathing is sticking your stomach out and imagine that you are filling it with air by taking a deep breath in and releasing. Doing so is actually proven to help calm your mind down in situations where your emotions are heightened. Next is try not to blame yourself for feeling how you are feeling. It is natural to feel these negative emotions, and it is also very understandable. The best way to move forward is getting to the root cause of why you are feeling this way. The only way that you can make any progress is being honest with yourself and with others. There is absolutely no way to get down to the root cause of why you are feeling a certain way without being honest with your feelings and emotions. Something that I personally am always nervous about is having other people believe that I'm weak for wanting to talk about my emotions or the emotions that I'm feeling in the moment. It was brought to my attention when I wasn't telling my therapist the full truth behind my emotions and why I'm feeling a certain way. And she brought it to my attention that we can't make any progress and we can't move forward until I come to terms and accept that these are the emotions that I'm feeling, and that is the only way that we can move on and help the situation. When I allowed myself to finally be honest with myself and with my therapist, that is the breakthrough that we needed, and I'm very thankful that I did that. Doing so made it a lot easier to open up and get down to those deeply rooted traumas that I have had that I never fully brought awareness to until I allowed myself to open up and feel those feelings. Trying to stay positive is also another way to help you cope with these difficult emotions. This might be hard because in a certain situation, the last thing that you're thinking about are the positives. But this is a mindfulness trick that needs to be learned and practiced. Once you understand and accept that you are feeling a certain way in a situation, it is best to try and shift your mindset into thinking more positively. It could even be the most simple of things, like that you have shoes on your feet, clothes on your back, or even how adorable your animal is, or a bird nest outside has baby birds in it. Something along those lines can actually help shift your mindset into more positive thinking. Soon, positive thinking in a difficult situation will become second nature to you. Something I have always done to help shift my mindset from negative to a more positive mindset would be thinking of the world in a bigger picture and focusing on the nature around me. Understand that you are not the only one who is suffering with this emotion. Realizing that I am part of something greater than myself helps me see more clearly and puts things more into perspective. By reprogramming the way we think and what we focus our attention on, we can transform the way we feel and how we live our lives. Try not to push emotions away. Trying to push difficult emotions away doesn't make them disappear. Buried emotions can leak out sometimes, especially under stress, causing you to act out in ways that you might regret later. Something like speaking to a colleague in a short manner or raising your voice at your kids when you did not mean to. Emotions are energy in motion, positive and negative. If we suppress our emotions, we cut off this opportunity for growth. Let's do a quick recap of what I just went over. First is to recognize the emotions that are happening, trying to see what you are feeling and how you are feeling physically as well as mentally. What triggered these emotions that got you to this place? Accept that these emotions are valid and temporary. Accept that these emotions are happening and embrace them. Understand the true emotion and focus on the positives. Lastly, let go of this emotional energy that is active. Now, all of this is a lot easier said than done. Remember, all of this is to try and reprogram your mindset into thinking more positively when facing these difficult situations. Some stressors are unavoidable, but we do have some power on how our thoughts and emotions affect us. Our feelings contribute both to our mental and physical health. Mindfulness is essential to your body's overall well-being. Meditation can help you become more in tune with your emotions and your body, which can promote healing mentally and physically. Thank you for joining me on today's journey of learning how to cope with these difficult emotions. I highly encourage you to talk to your peers about coping mechanisms that you use that you found successful or found a new type of coping mechanism that we learned today. I highly encourage you to talk to your peers about coping mechanisms that you have found successful or that you have learned today, and share it with others. If you have any questions, please write them down or let me and my team know. I hope you found an idea here that encouraged you to try new techniques on how to cope with these difficult emotions. On the next slide will be 3 questions presented to you. If you could write your answers in the comment section below, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for joining me today, and as always, you deserve happiness, you deserve healing, and you deserve peace. I'll see you next time.